Welcome to Parkland Challenge 2019. Before we get started, let's take a quick moment and go over the rules.
The rules are simple. The game is made up of 3 rounds. In the first round, we will have 12 minutes of questions. If a player buzzes in, they must answer the question. If they are correct, their team gets 10 points. If they are incorrect, their opponent gets to huddle as a team and try to steal the 10 points. Halfway through the round, a pre-assigned video question will be given to one of the teams. The question is just for that team and is worth 20 points.
Okay, heading into our lightning round, it's Leroy 180, Blue Ridge 100.
The second round is a 3-minute lightning round. Correct answers are still worth 10 points, but during this round, there will be no stealing of points, and teams will lose 10 points for incorrect answers. The third round is identical to the first. The team that didn't get the video question will get their chance during this round. At the end of the 3 rounds, we tally up the points and determine a winner.
Welcome back. So far we know Champaign Central, Villa Grove, and Rantoul will be in our Final Four. Maybe one of these 2 teams will join them. It's Decatur St. Teresa and Judah Christian. Let's meet those teams now.
Connor Lash, Judah Christian School. I am a senior.
Chris Clevenger, Judah Christian School, senior. Lackey Mills, Judah Christian, I'm a senior.
Reed Harvey, Judah Christian, senior.
Josh Berge, senior at Judah Christian School.
Cole Hetmansberger, senior, Judah Christian School.
Josh Candler, senior at Judah Christian School.
Jake Blackburn, sophomore.
Lauren Pugh, senior. Shirley Syed, senior.
Jack Kramer, freshman.
Austin Hughes, sophomore.
Brett Sharp, junior.
Taylor Prezoon, senior.
What river boasts tributaries called the Mun, the Coke, and the Tonley Sap? That river is the Mekong. What was the home planet of the Ewoks in Star Wars Judah Christian Reed?
Endor.
Endor is correct. According to the nursery rhyme, who were the 3 men in a tub? They were the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. Who is the most popular person on Instagram with over 160 million followers? Judah Christian Reed.
Kylie Jenner?
No. You guys can confirm.
Kardashian or something? Kim Kardashian?
Now, Cristiano Ronaldo, the soccer player. Looks like Ariana Grande is next with 150 million. Which pottery takes its name from the Italian for baked earth? Which pottery? St. Teresa Sugar.
Terracotta.
Terracotta is correct. On February 10th, 1990, in a heavyweight championship fight in Tokyo, this boxer knocked out Mike Tyson in the 10th round to pull a stunning upset. What was this boxer's name? It's been a while ago. That was James Buster Douglas. What New York City Museum calls itself the world's great exhibition? St. Teresa Jake.
Guggenheim.
Not for Guggenheim. You guys can confirm. I don't know.
Museum of Modern Art.
No, it's the Guinness World of Records exhibition. What is tonsorophobia? Tonsorophobia. That is a fear of haircuts. What comic strip character cares for pets named Vlock and Snurd when he's not pillaging and plundering? St. Teresa Jake.
Hagar.
Hagar, the horrible, yes. The Red Scare in the United States was a fear of what? St. Teresa Lord.
Communism.
Communism is correct. What celestial object's position can be tracked using an analemma? Teresa Reed.
The moon.
Not the moon. You guys can confirm?
Comet.
I know the sun. Along with Mike Wallace, who was an original co-host of 60 Minutes? Judah Christian Reed.
George Burns.
Not George Burns. You guys can confirm?
Leslie Stalin. What's her name? Leslie Stalin.
No, Harry Reasoner. What TV news channel began telecast in 1980? TV news channel. Judy Christian, Chris.
Fox.
Not Fox. You guys can go first.
CNN.
CNN is correct. Yes. The voice of what actor who passed away in 1993 is heard on Michael Jackson's hit single Thriller? That is the voice of Vincent Price, the horror actor. What is a portion of New York's Broadway theater district called? It's called the Great White Way. What is the name of the bottom 9 miles of the Earth's atmosphere? St. Teresa and Lauren.
Troposphere.
Troposphere is correct, yes. When the first regular phone service was established in 1878, how did people answer the phone? Judy Christian Reed.
Pressing a button.
No.
Hello, cranking a dial. Cranking it. What is it?
Dial.
Sure.
Cranking a dial.
No, they said ahoy instead of hello.
I was on that train.
Who did? See, you learn something every day.
Yes, sir.
If Katie's car uses 20 gallons of gas on a 320-mile trip, how many miles per gallon did the car get? Judy Christian Kyle.
16.
16 is correct. The medical condition of herpes zoster is commonly known as what? Judy Christian Micah.
HSV1.
No. You guys go for
Cold sore.
no, shingles. Who is the president of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters from 1958 to 1971? St. Teresa, Jake.
Jimmy Hoffa.
Jimmy Hoffa, yes, almost more famous for disappearing. What does the term on fleek mean? Judy Christian, Chris.
Look good.
Yes, I think we take that fashion. Who is Truman Capote's research assistant and friend who later won a Pulitzer Prize? St. Teresa Laura.
Harper Lee.
Harper Lee, yes, for To Kill a Mockingbird. In Greek mythology, who is the god of flocks and herds? That was Pan. The line, neither a borrower nor a lender be, comes from which Shakespeare play? St. Teresa Shirley.
The Merchant of Venice.
Not The Merchant of Venice. Need an answer?
Summer Night's Dream.
No, it's from Hamilton. All right, it's time for this round's video question, which goes to Decatur, St. Teresa.
The trailer for Episode 9 of the Star Wars saga was recently released. What is the name of the film?
Rise of the Skywalkers.
The Rise of Skywalker.
The film, entitled The Rise of Skywalker, will hit theaters in December of 2019.
Okay, good job on the video question. Let's finish up the first round. What name is given to the Japanese art of flower arrangement? It is ikebana. Judy Christian. I just started this. I'm sorry. Ikebana is what we're looking for. Titan, Prometheus, and Pandora are all moons of what planet? Judy Christian Reed.
Jupiter.
Not Jupiter. You guys can refer.
Saturn.
Saturn is correct, yes. We've all heard of the gunfight at the OK Corral. Where is the OK Corral? In what city? Judy Christian, Chris.
Oklahoma City.
Not Oklahoma City. Yes,
Albuquerque.
No, it's in Tombstone, Arizona. What is the best-selling soundtrack of all time? Judy Christian, Chris.
Hamilton.
Pardon?
Hamilton.
Not Hamilton. You guys can confirm?
Soundtrack. The Wicked soundtrack.
It's a Bodyguard soundtrack. In what year did Pluto lose its status as a planet? St. Teresa, Jack.
2006.
2006 is correct. What car company's logo features 3 red diamonds? St. Teresa Lord.
BMW.
Not BMW. Yes, you prefer?
Mitsubishi.
Mitsubishi is correct.
Oh, yeah.
In 1921, the first Miss America was crowned. Who was the first Miss America? Judah Christian Reed.
Albuquerque.
No. You guys can go
I don't
first.
know the name. It's there without my name. Miss Nebraska.
No, Margaret Gorman from Washington, D.C. How you didn't know that?
Second guess.
What state in the U.S. has the most golf courses? Judah Christian Reed.
Florida.
Florida is correct.
Oh, yeah.
What aircraft is controlled by manipulating a cyclic and a collective? What aircraft? Judah Christian Reed.
Helicopter.
Helicopter is
Cold.
Ishtar Gate served as one of the entrances to what ancient city? Ishtar Gate. St. Teresa Jack.
Babylon.
Babylon is correct. What is the occupation of Newman in the sitcom Seinfeld? St. Teresa Jack. Jake.
Mailman.
Mailman, yes. What is the unit of electrical resistance? Judah Christian Reed.
Oh.
Ohm. Which movie starring Leonardo DiCaprio contains the idea of a dream inside a dream? Judah Christian Connor.
Inception.
Inception is correct. In which city is Sun Studio where Elvis Presley got his start? That was in Memphis, Tennessee. In what state could you see the play The Life and Times of Jesse James? It's his home state. Judah Christian Reed.
New Mexico.
Not New Mexico. You guys concur?
Nevada.
No, he was from Missouri. Who was the only 20th century president on Mount Rushmore? St. Teresa Jack.
Theodore Roosevelt.
Yes, Roosevelt. Good job. Happy, Doc, Grumpy, Sleepy, Dopey, Bashful. St. Teresa Lord.
Dwarves.
No, I'll finish for them. Happy, Doc, Grumpy, Sleepy, Dopey, Bashful. Who's missing?
Can you repeat the...
Yeah, I can repeat them again. Happy, Doc, Grumpy, Sleepy, Dopey, Bashful. Which one's missing? Need an answer?
Give me that. Bashful?
No.
You say bashful?
Yeah, I said bashful.
Oh,
No,
shucks.
sneeze.
Oh, shucks.
Second guess.
Which instrument takes over the navigation of an airplane after the captain has set course and speed? St. Teresa Lord.
Autopilot.
Autopilot is correct. What comedian ended her weekly show by tugging on her left earlobe? Judah Christian Cotton.
Samantha V.
No.
Carol Burnett.
Carol Burnett. All right, that's the end of our first round. We'll tally up our scores and be back with our lightning round right after this. Okay, at the end of round one, Judah Christian 80, Decatur St. Teresa 160. Let's get to our lightning round. Who wrote Mary Poppins? That was P.L. Travers. P.L. Travers. What are the indentations on a golf ball called? St. Teresa Jack.
Dimples.
Dimples is correct. The Roman numeral D stands for what number? D. Judah Christian Chris.
50.
Not 50, 500. What is the eighth sign of the zodiac? Scorpio. What president is on the $50 bill? St. Teresa Jack.
Ulysses S. Grant.
Yes, correct. What was Socrates forced to drink to commit suicide? St. Teresa Lord.
Hemlock.
Hemlock is correct. In music, what is the relative major key to A minor? C. That's what I'm told. By what name is Barbara Millicent Roberts better known? That is the name of the Barbie doll. Barbie. So Barbie's name. What G word means all organisms' genes? Judah Christian Reed.
Genome.
Genome is correct. What is a pollex? Pollex. Pollex. That is the thumb. The thumb. What mythological creature was known for telling a famous riddle? St. Teresa Jake.
Sphinx.
Sphinx is correct. In Twilight, what was Jacob's last name?
Nope.
It's Jacob Black. What continent is Greenland a part of? Judah Christian Reed.
North America.
North America is correct. There's another term for vitamin B2. Riboflavin. Starbucks took its name from what novel? St. Teresa Shirley.
Moby Dick.
Moby Dick is correct, yes. What does an anemometer measure? St. Teresa Shirley.
Wind speed.
Wind speed is correct. Around what planet does the moon Titan orbit? St. Teresa Lauren.
Saturn.
Saturn is correct, yes. What relation to Louis XIV? What relation was Louis XIV to Louis XV? He was a great-grandfather. On what date was Puerto Rico invaded by the United States? That was July 25th, 1898. That's the end of our lightning round. We'll tally up our scores and be back with our final round right after this. Okay, good lightning round for St. Teresa. Heading into our final score, Judah Christian 90, St. Teresa 230. Let's finish up the game. What name was given to the hurricane which devastated the Philippines in November of 2013? It was Haiyan. What Baltimore Raven was not asked to shout the traditional line, "I'm going to Disney World," despite being the MVP of Super Bowl 35? That was Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis, 2008. What metal largely replaced copper in the making of pennies? Judah Christian Reed.
Zinc.
Zinc is correct, in 1982. What annual competition always ends with a sprint through Shaktoolik, Golovin, White Mountain, Safety Roadhouse, and Nome? What annual competition ends with a sprint through that? St. Teresa Jack.
Iditarod.
Iditarod is correct, yes. How many times a year does the sun rise and set at the North Pole? St. Teresa Jake.
2.
Not 2. You guys prefer?
Once.
1. Yes, 1 is correct. According to IMDb, James Earl Jones has 188 credits for his career. But for what film did Jones initially refuse to allow his name to be used in the credit because he was convinced the movie would be a flop? Judah Christian Reed.
Star Wars.
Star Wars is correct, yes.
Star Wars cards.
What internet term has been defined as politically motivated hacking? Internet term. St. Teresa Lauren.
Clickbait.
No. You guys can further? Need an answer? Hacktivism. Hacktivism. The name of which culinary seed is associated with the popular phrase in the Arabian Nights tale? St. Teresa Jack.
Sesame.
Sesame, yes. Very good. In the game Plants vs. Zombies, what do players collect as currency to buy plants? Judah Christian Reed.
Sun.
Yes, sunlight, yes. Starring Leah Thompson and Tim Robbins, What was the first movie to be adapted from a Marvel Comics series? First movie to be adapted from a Marvel Comics series. That is a tough one. It was Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck. What element is combined with iron to form steel? Judah Christian Reed.
Carbon.
Carbon is correct. May Queen, Wisely Crab, Foxwhelps, and Lane's Prince Albert are all species of what? St. Teresa Shirley.
Butterflies?
Not butterflies. Yes. Sure. May Queen, Wisely Crab, Foxwhelps, and Lane's Prince Apple are all species of what? Need an answer?
Flower.
No, they're all apples. Different kinds of apples. What color light is given off when a neon gas glows? St. Teresa Jake.
Red.
Red is correct, yes. In the 1960s, the U.S. and Mexico built an artificial riverbed to prevent what river from shifting course? St. Teresa Jack.
Rio Grande.
Rio Grande, yes.
Makes sense.
These awards for theater are named the Antoinette Perry Awards. What name is it more commonly known as? St. Teresa Jake.
Tony.
Tony Awards, yes. Jake, sorry. What New York museum, famous for its collections of musical instruments, has more than 20,000 baseball cards? I'm sorry, 200,000 baseball cards. That is the Metropolitan Museum of Art, oddly enough. What nation has the shortest national anthem? That is Japan. It only has 4 lines. Ball games start faster. Who was John F. Kennedy's opponent in the 1960 presidential election? St. Teresa Shirley.
Nixon.
Nixon is correct. Who sculpted the Thinker? Judah Christian Reed.
Michelangelo.
Not Michelangelo. You guys can confirm?
Rodin.
Yes. What species of bird did Charles Darwin collect on the Galapagos, St. Teresa Jake?
Finch.
Finch is correct. Galapagos Islands. Who hosted American Bandstand from 1952 to 1989? That was Dick Clark. Dick Clark. Bucky, or the Winter Soldier, is which literary character's sidekick? St. Teresa Jack.
Captain America.
Captain America is correct. What was the name of Helen Keller's teacher? St. Teresa Shirley.
Anne Sullivan.
Anne Sullivan is correct. The Niagara Falls are situated on which river? Judah Christian Reed.
Niagara.
Yes, the Niagara River. This machine kills fascists was a message emblazoned on the guitar. St. Teresa Jack.
Woody Guthrie.
Yes, on the guitar of Woody Guthrie. America's first Indian language newspaper was launched in what southern state? America's first Indian language. Judah Christian Reed.
Oklahoma.
Not Oklahoma. You guys can confirm?
Texas.
Florida.
What'd you say?
Florida.
Oh, Florida?
No, Georgia. Georgia. All right, it's time for this round's video question, which is for Judah Christian.
Wyoming is the smallest state by population, but can you name the smallest state capital by population?
Montana.
Montpelier, Vermont is the smallest state capital with a population just under 7,500. The next smallest is nearly double, with Pierre, South Dakota at about 14,000.
Okay, tough video question. Let's go ahead and finish up our game. What NBA team, other than the Chicago Bulls, did Michael Jordan play for? Judah Christian Cole.
Washington Wizards.
Yes, Washington Wizards. He created a system of reading and writing for use by the blind or visually impaired. Judah Christian Reed.
Braille.
Braille, yes. How many weeks should a realistic male mosquito expect to grace the earth? How many weeks does a male mosquito live? Judah Christian Reed.
3.
Not 3. You guys can confirm?
2.
Nope, just one. Just one. So make it count. The 2019 Shazam movie is said to be compared to what 1988 Tom Hanks movie? It's being compared to the movie Big. What TV series was created by marine biologist and animator Steven Hillenburg for Nickelodeon? Judah Christian Reed.
SpongeBob.
Yes, SpongeBob. That's correct. Who was the pioneer of the frozen food production? Who's the pioneer of frozen food production? It was Clarence Birdseye. Clarence Birdseye. A group of geese on the ground is called a gaggle. What is a group of geese in the air called? Judah Christian Reed.
A flight.
Not a flight.
Flock.
No, a skiing. What nation's twin triangle flag represents the Himalayas, as well as its two national religions, Hinduism and Buddhism? Judah Christian Reed.
Nepal.
Nepal is correct. What United States Army general commanded the 7th United States Army in the Mediterranean and European theaters during World War II? Judah Christian Reed.
Custer.
No. You guys give her? Patton is correct, yes. Collectively, who were Alfalfa, Spanky, Darla, and Buckwheat known as? St. Teresa Lord.
Little Rascals.
Yes, Little Rascals or our gang. In what year was Alaska admitted to the Union? Judah Christian Reed.
1912.
Not 1912. Yes, can you further?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to buzz in.
That's right.
Okay, it was during Eisenhower's in
1953.
1959. What is the only state whose name is just one syllable? Judah Christian Reed.
Maine.
Maine is correct.
This is about syllables.
Where is your sartorius muscle? Oh, who does it? Anybody?
I think me.
Oh, is you, Lauren?
Your hamstring.
Be more specific, or well, no, sorry.
Thigh.
Thigh is correct.
Plus
By what name was Frederick Austerlitz better known as? He's better known as dancer Fred Astaire. What is a group of cats called? That is a clouder, sometimes a glare. Name the 5 original members of the pop band One Direction. St. Teresa Lauren.
like last names too?
No, just first
Okay,
names.
Niall, Zane, Liam, Harry. Oh, I'm missing one. I don't know.
Okay. You guys want to give it a shot? Need an answer?
Tall.
Yeah, we were missing Lewis from your list.
Close.
What Chicago actor is greeted by shouts of Norm whenever he enters a bar on the television series Cheers? Judah Christian Reed.
Liam Neeson.
Not Liam Neeson. You guys can be further.
No answer.
George Wendt. George Wendt. In which U.S. state is Glacier National Park located? St. Teresa, Lauren.
Alaska.
Not Alaska. You guys can refer.
Wyoming.
Montana. How many years did Sleeping Beauty sleep? Judah Christian Reed.
20.
Not 20. Yes, can you refer?
Like 16.
Less than 18.
Nope, 100. All right, that's the end of our game. We'll tally up our scores and tell you who's moving on after this. Okay, our first game this round, Judah Christian 210, St. Teresa 360. That means St. Teresa will play the winner of our next game between Champaign Centennial and Monticello. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you in a bit.